Hey, wrestling fans. Brian Crazy here, F and True Wrestling. I'm back with my thoughts on the main event last night at Victory Road 11. Now, the main event was TNA World Heavyweight Champion Sting defending against the number one contender, Jeff Hardy. Now, Jeff Hardy lost the title on 3/3/11 to Sting when he returned after a close to 6-month hiatus from TNA. Many in the business speculated Sting was retired. There was a lot of speculation that maybe he was going to go to the WWE, but I don't know. I just knew Sting. I knew a lot about his career, and I know a lot about his personality. And I just knew Sting wasn't the one to go up north. He was really, destined to stay where he is. I mean, he did fantastic things in, the NWA, then in WCW, and now in TNA. And last night's match, best way to say it was a disaster. Um, Jeff Hardy, I've read so many different things on the net. There's so much speculation. He was either, to be perfectly honest, guys, he was either high on drugs, he was either drunk, or he wasn't feeling well. And I could tell from the second he walked out, yeah, they let the music go for an extra second. Maybe it's him just being a heel, kind of delaying his way to the ring, but the way everything was. And, these pay-per-views, not the big events, but the interim pay-per-views run about 2 hours and 40 minutes. And, you look and you're like 10 minutes to the title match, and we already saw no number one contender be announced in the number one contenders match of the night. So right there, I had a feeling that this pay-per-view was starting to take a downward spiral, which is a real shame because everybody that performed at the beginning of this night did fantastic, I do have to say. And like I was saying, going back to the match, we saw Hardy, come out very, I don't know how to say it, loose. His movement was not precise. It wasn't typical Jeff Hardy. There was, I don't know, you could just feel something wasn't right. Made it to the ring stairs. He ended up slipping on those on his way into the ring. And then we have Bischoff come out, who burns more time. And to be honest, Bischoff was out there, he was visibly shooken. And he was out there to give new instructions to these athletes. And basically, they wanted Hardy out of that ring and the show to end. And so Sting quickly hit a Scorpion Death Drop. And if you really notice, guys, I just reviewed the footage again. Sting had Hardy pinned in a manner that he could not kick out. He had his shoulder and his face pinned to that mat. There was no way that Hardy was getting out of that. And it's not that I don't think that was the intention. Sting was originally booked to win last night and retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But I mean, post-match, he didn't even sell the Scorpion Death Drop. He hopped right up, and then did you see Sting stare the hole through him? I think Sting just couldn't believe the lack of professionalism. So we fast forward to today, Monday. Jeff Hardy has been sent home for the Monday and Tuesday iMPACT tapings for this week. This is, I don't know what to say. I think this was the best thing Jeff Hardy had going for him, that TNA was supporting him so much in his current legal battle. I wish the best to Jeff and his family. He just recently got married, and I'm really hoping that, he can turn this around and turn a negative into a positive. But definitely after analyzing this footage, Jeff Hardy, definitely there was something wrong with him. He was, like I said, either high, drunk, or very sick going out there to perform. He just was not the Jeff Hardy that we know. I know Jeff Hardy's had a lot of run-ins with the law and problems with drugs in the past, but this was over the top. This has been, the most botched night in wrestling since Bash at the Beach 2000, with the whole Russo Hogan shoot, if you guys remember that. I mean, this was a bad course of events for TNA. A lot of people are speculating this might be the end of the company. That's bullshit. TNA ain't going nowhere. TNA is the second largest wrestling outfit in North America, behind WWE. They provide excellent content. Any of you guys that really haven't given them too much of a chance, give them more of a chance. They work on a lot less of a production budget. They work with a lot less talent. They work with a lot less places to tour. But they do what they can, and they do it well. I've seen these guys live, and that was wrestling, guys. That reminded me of wrestling I used to watch when I was a child. So that definitely was very very, very nice to see that there are some people still practicing the sport of wrestling and not the sport of entertainment with wrestling mixed in. And the last piece of information, you guys saw the title. Big, big news. Um, Top TNA star has been injured at the iMPACT taping tonight. We see Kurt Angle hit Jeff Jarrett over the head with a guitar, and Jeff Jarrett was cut in multiple locations, bleeding profusely. And this was not staged. This was not supposed to happen. I'm sure that the bump was intended, but the level of damage to Jeff Jarrett's cranium was not. From what I've heard, I was just reading some information that was sent over to me via the net. He's in bad shape. He's going to require a lot of stitches to patch him up, and this might be the end of the current Jeff Jarrett storyline for a little while. So, yeah, major news coming out of the iMPACT Zone, and I just thought I would run by what I thought of the main event last night at Victory Road. In closing, Sting just looked so disappointed in Jeff Hardy. He stared a hole through him, and yeah, so I hope that Mr. Hardy can get his stuff together, because I would definitely like to see him perform. I think he's really helping TNA out. Like I said, when I saw the live event, he was the reigning champion. You guys have probably seen the pictures I put up. And, he wrestled the whole match. Then he stayed out there for, the next hour and signed autographs for everybody. And there was such a following for him. And, I won't lie, I was in the line to meet him too. And I really hope he can get his stuff together, and I would love to see him back, clean, sober, and performing as well as he can. And you know what, now that we're on the topic of the Hardys, real quick, Matt Hardy, my hat's off to you, brother. A lot of people, had insults floating around on the net last night. Dude, you did phenomenal. You went against the phenomenal one, and I do have to say that you almost went toe-to-toe. I mean, I will admit AJ was a little bit better at the end of the day, but, how much ring rust does Matt Hardy have right now? What was the last time he faced competition as sharp as that? At least under a professional setting. I don't know what he's been booked at in the indies. I mean, you guys might have seen an indie show that blew that out the water. Hey, if you have, send me a comment and let me know. But that's basically it, guys. Jeff Hardy update, Jeff Jarrett update, and, hats off to Matt Hardy. So, guys, this is all I got for right now. Me and JC will be back with our Raw review a little bit later.